started. All right, my friends. It is I, your friend TJ again. We are joining, I'm excited to be joining you all today. You guys are here now with me for lesson 3. So this is the third of 3 lessons in our Health Hacker Masterclass live training that I've been excited to lead for this last week. And so we've gone through a lot about some fundamental strategies for building healthy habits that matter in a sustainable way without getting too overwhelmed, as well as how to measure what matters and know you're actually making progress in your health. So lesson 2, we talked about habit stacking and tracking 101. That was a really fun lesson. And so tonight we're going to put all those pieces of the puzzle together, as I like to say. Put all the pieces of your health pie together and just feast and enjoy. So I'll share my screen. This is the action guide for lesson 3, your health hacker path. So we're going to look into tonight about some more of the process for goal setting, how we can really kind of reflect and integrate on our own journey so far in our own health, as well as how we can leverage the power of accountability to hold ourselves accountable and build more progress. So we're excited to have you if you are joining us, and we're going to dive right in and we're going to get through a lot of content here tonight. So and then if you stay to the end, I will share more information about how you can get involved with our 6-week health hacking for high performance mastermind that we're going to be kicking off here in November, all about how to health hack your holidays and finish 2018 strong. So so I'm sharing my screen here. This is the quick review from lesson 2. And there's a link in there if you do want to check out Action Guide 2. I want to reiterate the importance of actually going through lesson 1 and lesson 2. All of the lessons basically build on each other, and they'll help each other be more successful and help you get more out of it. So these are the highlights that we covered from lesson 2. What it means to build a healthy hustle lifestyle, focusing on work-life harmony over balance, why smart high performers focus on high leverage healthy habits. So that's my specialty. That's my personal approach to health hacking, as well as my work with clients, is going through the process, knowing that change can be overwhelming, and we want to do so in a smart way because we're really busy. We got a lot on our plate. So what are the smallest low risk changes and habits we can add to our lifestyle that can create the biggest impact? So the high leverage, the biggest reward, least amount of risk and time, and the biggest reward and impact. So that's what we covered in lesson 2. We also talked about how to actually measure what matters, the quantitative versus the qualitative self, how to stack and track your health hacks to save time and money, and then of course the 7-day health hacker challenge. So I sent an email out about the actual process for tracking your health hacks. This is a little taste of what that little matrix looks like, and I'll go over that again tonight with you guys, because it's all about having your own self-care system to take sustainable action and have a process to actually track that progress over time. So that's what we're going to help you with tonight. We are in phase 3. So this is phase 3 as well as lesson 3. I've already taught the health hacker formula, 3 phases of activate, elevate, and integrate. And so tonight we're going to kind of also highlight that 3rd phase of integrate and the importance of reflecting and recovering in our life. Just as anything kind of can have a beginning, middle, and an end, that end is that phase that allows us to reflect on what we've learned and have and integrate new aspects of ourselves so we know how to move forward after that experience. So we'll focus on recovery, and we'll get into how we can assess our stress and focus around our breath. And so we'll get into some cool feedback loops that I've created for you guys. So why don't I just go ahead and dive right in. So let me ask you this. Where are you at right now in your health? What have you been focusing on lately? It could be anything small, anything big to you. And it could be really anything, that this is beyond me like telling you like what qualifies as an actual area to focus on in your health. We all have different desires and motivations. So I'd love to know, what are some areas you've been focusing on, or you're at least interested in? And what do you want to also celebrate today? I've got a hashtag I love using, and it's celebrate to elevate. So celebrate to elevate, my friends. And so I'd love to know like what you want to celebrate in your journey right now, as well as what you are most interested in focusing on moving forward. So my specialty is helping people put all of the pieces of their pie together and implement this process of self-coaching for empowered, successful, sustainable behavior change. And so that's what I'm here to help you do. So go ahead and take a second, reflect. If you're on live with us now or you're in the recording, go ahead and reflect. And in the action guide, there are some areas here for you to jot a few notes down. So awesome. We got some engagement here. Sweet. I love it. So Amanda's on with me right now. She's in the other room in her place, and she wants to celebrate me for showing up no matter what. Oh, I really appreciate it. Thanks, babe. Yeah, so a little insight as to what Amanda's referencing there. It's been a really tough week. There's been, a lot of people knew that I broke and sprained my ankle like back in May while saving our puppy from getting attacked by another dog. And so anyways, we've just got the actual court case is coming up and this Thursday. And so it's just been really stressful and emotional. And so, babe, I appreciate you acknowledging me. And yeah, I am showing up no matter what. And that's maybe a lesson that we can talk about later tonight about how it's important to still show up in life, even though we might not be feeling the best, or, not everything's sunshine and rainbows behind the scenes. So rock on. So, all right, that's a good kind of reflection there for us. So what do you want to celebrate, and what are you most interested in working on moving forward? And then tracking your hacks. So if you haven't already, this image that is in the action guide that I'm sharing on the video here now, this 7-day example, is, again, all built around simplicity and to helping you actually prioritize your health hacks in order to optimize. So prioritize in order to optimize is if you take something out of the process of like building healthier habits in your lifestyle, focus on that alliteration, that rhyme, prioritize to optimize. If you want to optimize, you must prioritize, as well as customize, which we talked about as well. And so this process, like, no one is more of an expert in your own health than you are. So this process requires you to just show up for you and then create it for yourself. So vertically, as the image shows, you've got Monday through Sunday, and horizontally at the top, you simply write in the top habits you want to focus on that week. So here were the example of mine. NA means no alcohol. Med means meditate at least once per day. Next one is AM sunlight. So the importance of allowing your brain and body to be greeted by the sun, the full spectrum light, which tells our body and our brain that it's time to wake up, and it optimizes our circadian rhythm, our overall energy, and our hormone production. So important to get AM sunlight. So that's a go-to one for me there. Stretch daily, stretch once per day. And then do some sort of movement every day. So those are the hacks that I've been tracking. And I haven't filled out my ones for Monday, or I have, it's just not in this image. Tonight's Tuesday, and so I just put an X in the box if I did it, or I was successful, or an O in the box if I was not. So super simple. And so that's, my own example. And again, I'd love to see your examples as well. So share in the Facebook group if you want, about what are the top 5 you want to focus on. So next is really starting to kind of ground it in and root into our bodies and our feelings, our stress levels. And so I'd love to ask you all right now, how do you relate to stress? What is your process? Do you have a process for assessing your stress? And that's something we don't always think about. It's good to have a healthy relationship with stress, But what exactly does that mean? What does that look like? So first off, let's ask ourselves, where do you actually hold stress in your body? Is there areas where you might feel tightness or pain, or aspects that you are mindful of and that you try to work through, but aren't the most pleasant? So where do you hold stress in your body? For me, it's my jaw. I hold I hold when I hold stress, it's typically in the jaw. It can also be for me, maybe down my arms or in my neck. And it depends on what physical activity I've done recently. But definitely the area for me is in the jaw. Love to hear where you hold your stress. So next is the feedback loop of presence. All right. So actually, a couple more questions. So when do you experience stress in your life? So what times of day does stress happen for you? Is it the same time every day? Are there certain aspects of your work, your career, or your lifestyle that might trigger stress? Reflect on that and ask yourself, just to kind of take inventory about that. And next, how would you describe your overall relationship to stress? How do you respond when you feel tension or stress in your body? And now, after that question, I want to introduce a really powerful concept that I follow in my own lifestyle that helps me respond in a smarter, more grounded, peaceful way to create a healthier relationship with stress and sort of transform stress into success, if you will. So the feedback loop of presence is what I want to share with you. All right. So I created this model, if you will, this feedback loop based on my own past experiences, to really remind myself of the intention that I can really bring to the table, to the process of breathing in our bodies, to really remind myself of what's possible with an intention towards breathing in our body. So it's super simple. There's 5 steps, as you can see on here. And step number 1 is breathe. So the presence and mindfulness around just starting to have a somewhat intentional breathing response. So checking in, like actually doing a deeper exhale, a mindful inhale, and then a mindful exhale. And you can sometimes make some noise during your exhale if that feels good for you. So step 1 is breathe. So now we're mindful of the breath. Keep breathing. Each step involves breathe, but we engage the mind in a different way throughout it. So as we're breathing, number 2, the second step on this feedback loop is to take notice of what it is you're feeling. So as you're breathing, breathe deep in your heart, your stomach. Let your lungs fill up, and then let that air flow through your body and out your mouth and or your nose. There's different benefits for breathing out of your nose or out of your mouth, depending on what you're going for. Both can have value, but either way, as you're doing so, feel from a place of observation. What do you notice? What non-judgmental, as you start to feel more throughout your body and your emotional body. So the physical body and the emotional body can both give you different feelings and emotional states. But don't just, as I start to say here, you'll start to maybe feel more and you will begin to also feel better. But again, don't always focus on feeling better. It's not just about feeling better, but it's about getting better at feeling. So I talk about this in my book a lot, the process of getting better and improving how you feel, and the actual process for working through feelings and making sense of those feelings and processing those and having a process to process those. That is our opportunity. So breathe, feel. And next one is ask. So as you're feeling into what you're feeling, ask yourself some open-ended questions like, what am I noticing? How do I feel called to respond? What response would be in my best and highest interest? These are the simple, powerful, open-ended questions that in times of stress, when we need to count on our breath to get us through and not let our mind chatter take us to a deeper level of stress, but allow the breath to deepen presence and awareness in the body. These questions, this step of ask, is our greatest opportunity to tap into our own intuition, to know how to respond in a more mindful, aware, present state in a way that is truly aligned with our body's desires and what we might require. So ask, what's going on for you? How are you called to respond? Now listen to your heart, listen to your body as it's reflecting back, it's communicating back to you as you are sitting there in a peaceful, present state. A channel allowing these feelings and these thoughts, these awarenesses to come up. We're able to listen to them without judgment, learn from them, and just notice. It's a really beautiful practice to listen without judgment and just notice what it is that your body is responding back to you with. And then we get to choose. We get to choose a response that's in alignment with our best self and our next best decision. So that's always a fun step. But look at all the steps that came in between that we don't always talk about. Of course, breathing, mindfulness around the breath, and then as you're doing so, feel, ask, listen, choose. So breathe, feel, ask, listen, choose. Those are the 5 steps of the feedback loop of presence. Serves as a model for our minds to follow in our quest for creating peaceful presence in our lives. So if this resonated with you, steal it, swipe it, live it, love it, put it on your fridge, or take a picture of it. Maybe screenshot this video right now, or screenshot or take a picture on your phone of the action guide of this section. It can be really helpful. So, and practice it. Practice it the next time you want to take a 5-minute break and take a breath. It can be a very, very beautiful practice. So speaking of breath, now I want to share with you one of my favorite easy yet powerful, again, high leverage, easy yet powerful, impactful way to change how you breathe and thus change how oxygen is flowing through your brain, through your body, and really change your state. So that, in a way, is the feedback loop of what's actually happening when we do certain breathing exercises and routines. All right? So this example is called alternate nostril or yogic breathing. All right? So maybe you've heard this before. Raise your hand. Awesome. Chrissy's on here. Chrissy, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below about if you've tried this breathing routine. Amanda's on here. Becky. Yeah, some people are starting to chime in. Great to see you guys. So have you tried this one out before? Alternate nostril yogic breathing. So I'll tell you how it works. So take a deep, full, and relaxed breath as you follow the sequence below. So it's important to heed the word relaxed. A very relaxed breath. So not forcing the breath here, but just following the pace and having mindfulness around each exhale at a really peaceful pace. And then each inhale, a really peaceful, natural pace. So we can easily take deep and full breaths in a quick, stressful way, but we're aiming to relax here, okay? So start to invite a relaxation-based breathing for you. And then, as you start to find that place of not forced breath, just a smooth inhale, exhale, grab your right thumb and press your right thumb on your right nostril, like so. And you can put your pointer finger on your third eye and your forehead there and rest it. And what you're doing is you're going to inhale through the nostril that's open. So you're closing this nostril on the right side, or in the video it might look like left. Inhaling up that one, and then you close off the one you just inhaled. And then you exhale out the other one. And then that one you just exhaled out of. You inhale out of that one. You switch back. So we're inhaling through one nose, exhaling out the other. Inhaling through that nose, and then exhaling out the other. Inhaling out that nose and exhaling out the other. And so it's this flow that allows the brain to change the way that it's receiving its oxygen through one side of the of the nostril and through the head to the other side of that hemisphere of the brain, and then it rotates. And that creates a different sort of, when you also focus on the heart during that breathing routine, this is one of the best ways to slow down the heart rate, increase heart rate variability, your actual emotional coherence levels, to build resilience, which is something I talked about in the book and maybe one of our past trainings, the role of HRV training as a metric to measure for overall heart and emotional coherence and less stress. Really powerful. And this alternate nostril breathing routine of inhaling through one nostril, exhaling through the other, and vice versa, keep that pattern going. This is so simple that, you can do it whenever and wherever you want while you're driving. All it takes is one hand. Be careful on the road if you are driving. Health hacking can hurt you if not done in the right way. But at the office, like at your desk, a walk in nature, what have you. It's very simple and easy to play with and very impactful. And what's great is because it requires your hand to be involved, it requires your mind to be involved with your hand, but not too much, because you can kind of put it on autopilot, so it's not hard to do. It can, doesn't take much effort to do it, and so you can stay at that relaxed place while you're a little bit engaging the mind to stay focused on it. So that focus will fuel your progress to go deeper with the breath, just because you're involving the hand. It's really fascinating. So simple to do. Go ahead and try it. Would love to hear from you how you liked it. And let me know that experience. All right, so now we've had a chance we're in phase 3 here, lesson 3. This is your path. Now we're really going to start to get into, lesson 1, lesson 2, kind of built the foundation, started to identify the habits we want to focus on and track, that the hacks we want to track inside of our 7-day challenge there. Now we get to actually chart our path moving forward. So what do maybe the next few weeks or months look like for us, and maybe even years? So we'll look at short-term behavior-based goals as well as long-term, and maybe how we can set ourselves up for success and opportunities to celebrate that success along the way, as well as reflecting and reiterating our process as well. So so we've had a chance to kind of get in our breath, get in our body here, relax a little bit, assess our stress, and experiment with the power of intentional breath work, and look at the feedback loop of presence. Now we can dive in to the paradox of goals. All right, so let's talk about this, the paradox of goals. And I'll start with this quote. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Again, this is from Socrates. So the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. So instead of looking at just the past and trying to fight the past or even fight with the present, we get to accept the present and focus on building and creating the new, what we desire next in our lifestyle. That mindset shift, thankfully, Socrates shared beautiful words of wisdom with us, allows the mind to change the way that it approaches change. It's simple. We just get to focus all of our energy on creating the new. And that will fuel your progress. So in the behavior change world, we often refer to 2 types of goals: long-term outcome-based goals and short-term behavior-based goals. And so I've had a chance to study a lot about behavior change as well as practice it through the power of conscious communication and motivational interviewing, both in trainings of other health coaches as well as clients that I've worked with. And this is what I've learned. Goals can be great with providing direction and guidance, but only focusing on the outcome goals, not the behavior-based short-term goals, can leave us living in the future and not living in the present. Plus, if we don't reach our outcome goal, we can feel dejected or feel like a failure, which wouldn't most likely be true. So it comes down to our behaviors and our ability to live in the present and the systems of habits and routines that we follow and implement in our lifestyle that can help us hit those long-term goals. So let's honor our talk, as I like to say, and start to really walk the walk here. Our voice and our words really carry a lot of energy and intention and meaning, but our actions and how we take care of ourselves is what really brings honor and meaning to this beautiful journey we're on. So that is a little foray into how we can look at these, how we approach goals. And so another great behavior change expert, leader that I have been enjoying his view and his philosophies and his work is James Clear. So James Clear, for those of you that haven't heard of him, he's got a great blog. He's got a blog post titled "Forget About Setting Goals, Focus on This Instead." It's kind of a crazy headline, right? So Clear teaches people how to build better habits through systems thinking. Systems thinking, which focuses on specific behaviors or processes we do in pursuit of a goal. And Clear highlights 3 reasons to focus on systems instead of goals. This is how he sees it. These are a few examples here and where it kind of enters into be a paradox. Number 1, goals can reduce happiness. I'll repeat that. Goals can reduce happiness. The solution, commit to a process, not a goal. Goals are strangely at odds with long-term progress. So number 2, goals are strangely at odds with long-term progress. Solution, release the need for immediate results. So immediate results for these like goals that we have to hit takes us away from focusing on progress. It makes sense. Goals also suggest that you can control things that you might not have full control over. And the solution is, as he explains, is to build feedback loops. So I already shared an example of what feedback loops look like with the feedback loop presence. So that example shows us how we can break down how our mind relates and processes our feelings, listens to our body, and then responds. That's one example through all of these different steps along the loop. The loop is just simply what's happening, and we're able to analyze and understand what's happening in their interrelationships when we focus on understanding the power of feedback loops. So tell me, can you relate to any of these reasons for wanting to shift away, focusing away from goals? I understand language can be, this could all be semantics saying like, oh, goals are bad, do this instead. But the idea comes back to the importance of behavior-based goals. Okay, so those short-term processes that we create, those systems, which I've started to share with something like our 7-day health hacker tracker system, this self-care system that I've designed and shown people how to use with my clients and what I'll be sharing inside of the mastermind I'm leading. Even more, this process is a system, a framework that can really be amplified and used to your advantage. So yeah, as a health coach, I'm not going to tell you not to set goals if you want to set goals, because I am a fan of them in the right way. But I am going to tell you to focus on those short-term behavior-based goals. So let's go a little bit deeper with goal setting here. All right, so SMART goal setting. The following exercise will explain what a SMART goal is and the difference between micro and macro SMART goals. Okay, so what is a SMART goal? You might have heard these before, but SMART can be broken down in this acronym: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Those 5 make up what it means to really build a SMART goal. So what do you want to accomplish? What specifically under the S do you want to accomplish? What's the purpose or benefits of accomplishing your goal? So that's the S. M is measurable. Establish solid criteria for measuring progress towards the achievement of each goal you set. Number 3 is attainable. So after we've clearly defined like something specific and we've been able to understand that it can be measured, the next is ask ourselves, can we attain it? Is it realistic? Is it attainable? Is it realistic? Both of those are pretty similar. And again, remember, it's about progress, not perfection. And then the last one, time-bound. So the time-bound allows us to understand, like, okay, this specific, measurable, attainable, realistic activity, this behavior-based short-term goal, when do I want to complete it by? Or, what is that date, perhaps? So that is a way to anchor in a time frame for you so that you can start to train your unconscious mind to be working on the goal or almost working backwards. Really powerful. All right, so that's the SMART goal setting process. Here are examples of the micro versus the macro SMART goals. All right, so micro SMART goals, short term, these are daily and weekly. You could think of our 7-day health hacker tracker, this system, as being an example of how to effectively create micro SMART goals and follow them. These are behavior-based goals. They involve executing a plan, which helps to lead to the longer-term macro goals. So one example that I've gotten here is replacing pop or soda with a healthy alternative. So, for instance, that could be water or sparkling water or even kombucha, or there's a drink called Zevia, which is a stevia-sweetened sparkling drink. It mimics soda in its taste, actually, but has less sugar and artificial sweeteners, which can negatively impact your health. So if you are a fan of pop, check out that brand. You might like that. It could be a great way to trade up for you. But that's an example, right? It's a switch. It's an easy one. And it's behavior-based, short-term. And so to commit to it, the example would be like, oh, I will buy a case of sparkling mineral water or Zevia when I go to the grocery store this Saturday. So that right there, does that meet the SMART stipulations above? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Time-bound is Saturday. Specific, you're going to do this at this place. Attainable, realistic. Well, sure, yeah. I mean, you probably go to the grocery store maybe once or twice a week, and you're going to go this weekend, and so you'll be around it, so it's totally doable. It won't be too expensive. So that is, yes, it meets the stipulation. So macro SMART goals. Now that's an example of micro. Let's look at the long term. This outcome-based goals. These are only made possible by your micro or behavior-based goals. It might seem intuitive, but we need to focus on that and also connect the dots between the two. That's how you truly make progress toward accomplishing big things in your life. So for example, let's say you want to maybe lose 10 pounds by December 15th of this year. So right now we're transitioning into November, and a month and a half from now, 10 pounds, that could be like potentially a healthy amount to lose depending on where you're at, like if you even need it. And again, I'm not all about like the focuses that I have for people inside of my work. It's not always about losing fat, and in fact, it's mostly focused around improving energy and overall performance. So the body fat loss or the weight loss might just be a result of your behaviors, right? So macro, though it's something that we can measure, so it is SMART, because it technically is time-bound with the date, it's specific, and it's potentially attainable and realistic. That's up for you. That's up for your own discretion. So ask yourself, what could be some macro long-term goals that you have for yourself? Say 6 weeks from now, take a moment and reflect. If you were to actually, make some small changes in your lifestyle and finish 2018 strong with great momentum in all phases of your life, but really focusing on that health, energy, and your overall vitality, what might be a SMART goal that you can consider after those 6 weeks? And again, if it's not about weight loss, it doesn't have to be. It could be about, how many total times you meditate. That's a collection of those micro behavior-based goals. It could be, developing a new movement routine that you see you're going to, let's say you're wanting to do a movement exercise like 3 or 4 times a week. Adding all of those up and say, oh, I want to do like 20 movement sessions in like 40 days. And that's a success for me to finish the year strong. That could be an example. So think about it, brainstorm some ideas for yourself. So again, micro leads to the macro. It's pretty intuitive, but it's important that we connect the dots on this. So, all right, I've mentioned like the idea of these 6 weeks. So we talked a little bit about the mastermind that I'm holding. And so I want to give you an example about how you can maybe connect the dots between some of your goals and your own lifestyle, where you're at now, what you've been focusing on, but also where you want to go, and how can you chart a path in your lifestyle to actually finish 2018 strong. So if you're watching this right now, we are wrapping up lesson 3, your health hacker path, inside of this health hacker masterclass training. There's been a lot. We've covered some amazing, important strategies that truly work to empower optimal health. I've tried and tested them in my life for years and years, and I've worked with my clients. Hundreds of people have really played with these, and they're proven. And we've gone through a lot. So now I want to share with you exactly what a process. You know, James Clear, talking about systems thinking, and this actual process of creating feedback loops requires a system to follow, and in a way that can be tracked your progress. So this is the exact outline that I want to share with you that's going on inside of this mastermind that I'm holding, starting in November. So the date's here on the show, November 5th to December 16th. There is a chance we might be pushing it back a week. So stay tuned. Either way, we'll be starting in early to mid-November, and we're going to carry this through basically Christmas and maybe into the new year. So this is your chance to really health hack your holidays, so to speak, and avoid sacrificing your health and energy for the holidays, and actually finish the year strong. So this is the outline that I want to quickly share with you, and be thinking about, all right, so how do these topics relate to me? What are some goals that I would want to aim for, maybe inside of these topics? Okay, so phase 1, again, we're following the health hacker formula, the 3-phase model. The name of the mastermind is the health hacker formula, and we're following the model, the 3 phases over the 6 weeks. So each phase is 2 weeks. Phase 1 is activate. So weeks 1 and 2 is activate. Take inventory and take action. This is, I'm going to kick off week 1, really building a bridge between these 3 trainings we've done, as well as like, boom, transition into action. So like really dialing in your 7-day health hacker tracker based on doing quality self-coaching exercises. So we're going to cover the art and science of optimal health behavior change, week 1, about what it means to really become a health hacker. So those are the foundational roots we're going to set week 1, and everything grows from there and builds on top of that. So week 2, we are going to start to take a little bit of action, focusing on the fundamentals. So the fundamentals of air, light, and hydration. So air, the oxygen we're receiving in our way of breathing throughout our days. Light, our relationship with light, both indoors from potentially harmful artificial blue light from our devices, and the lights around us. That's why I wear blue blockers like this, and sometimes use a red light to hack my energy while I'm working, as well as our relationship with the sun. So we'll talk about how to avoid the mistakes most people make with the sun, and actually use the sun to your advantage. Receive the beautiful energy at the right time of the day and the right way from the sun. It can go a long, long way. So that's week 2, focusing on also hydration 101. So beyond just drinking more water, but quality water, the sourcing, what's in it, and maybe some other hacks that increase and support hydration along our high performance lifestyle. That's a personal one for me, actually, with the emergency room for dehydration. So I'm all about supporting you guys with building the foundation. Those are the building blocks right there: air, light, and hydration 101. And you'll be wildly surprised about how much, when you stack those 3 areas, your breath, your water quality and hydration, and your relationship with light, those are sometimes called the quantum health categories, and they can give you quantum leaps in your health, vitality, and energy. So that's phase 1 of activate. We're really going to warm it up there, all right? So phase 2 is elevate, customize, and optimize. Week 3 being nutrition and supplementation for prevention and high performance. Okay, so each week you'll be getting a few emails from me. It's really self-paced. This mastermind's pretty self-paced. Emails with video and audio lessons. Really simple, short, very actionable, with the most important information that you need to know, and a plan for you to actually take action. So that's what we're all about, is taking smart, simple, sustainable action. And so, so we'll transition into phase 2 of Elevate with week 3. And week 4 is posture and functional movement 101. We've actually got a whole functional movement video library for you, posture videos, and there's actually a bonus that I might get into later to actually receive a full posture analysis through this mastermind. So if you're interested in that, let us know. I can share more. But yeah, so that's phase 2, that's Elevate, and phase 3 is Integrate, reflecting and recovering. So week 5, this is all about assessing your stress, similar to what we did today on this call, practicing breathing sessions. So we'll get into sleep, meditation, and recovery 101. And then week 6, we will finish strong with recharge, your relationship with technology, nature, and music 101. So that's week 6. That wraps up. This is a high-level outline. Again, we're going to have bi-weekly group mindful mastermind calls as well. If you want to see the full outline, in the action guide, it is linked. You can check out that full mastermind and the exact topics that you're going to learn, the outline, week by week. That is in that link. Other than that, this really is a chance, for me now to just, ask how this has been supportive for you. What have you learned so far about yourself? And I'd love to invite you to be a part of our 6-week group mastermind that we're leading, a health hacking for high performance mastermind right here. So if you're watching this in the action guide, I'm showing my screen right now. There's a link in there. You can simply click on that. That will take you to a PDF to actually learn more about the mastermind. So, and take your time. You can check out the PDF, but there are a lot of great tools and strategies to really support you to be successful throughout the holiday season. So I just, real quick, I'll walk you through this. So 6 modules delivered over 6 weeks, the full training program and portal, focus on your overall health, energy levels, and relationship with stress. So weekly emails and checklists that will help you keep track of your progress through the trainings. My actual daily routine examples. So I'm going to share my examples from different times of the day, morning, afternoon, and evening, of how I stack my health hacks to create the state I desire, whatever state that might be in the moment. Peace, calm, focus, energy, mental clarity, etc. To help you actually create those on command in an easier, more effective way. So if you love to learn and take action by example, this is pure gold. You will love it. It's really simple to learn, and then boom, apply and try. Apply and try, I like that. That's a nice alliteration. There you go again, going with rhymes. So next, you're going to get the whole 7-day health hacker tracking system. Everything I taught in lesson 2 and then some, to really help support you with focusing on really solid progress in your overall approach. Again, full library of short and simple functional movement videos for at the home, gym, or on the road. This is a full library of great training videos where my girlfriend Amanda is actually training me, and we're walking you through how to do these movements in the best way with the proper form and not too fast, but in the right pace. And so you'll have the whole video library. You can do these movement videos anywhere you want, at home, on the road, outside, inside, wherever. We're also going to have how-to food and drink recipes, as well as breathing and mindful exercises. Mindfulness exercises for you to follow along and take action on at home. So that's that full video library. I've also got my top health hacking gear, foods, and shopping lists. That's right, my friends. From the top healthy grocery stores for you to take the guessing out of shopping and healthy eating. This is pure gold. You're able to get my best recommended items, the things I'm actually buying from all these grocery stores. Again, I believe nutrition is not all about following just this cookie cutter diet. So I'm all about you listening to your own intuition about what you want to eat, but I'll also share with you what the best options are. So I've got that for you. Private Facebook group community. We're going to really leverage the power of accountability. And this is what I want to talk about here real quick, because to really amplify progress and tighten those feedback loops in our lifestyle, we're we have the opportunity to build and design and up-level our feedback loops with the power of intentional support and accountability. When you build your own team based on your desires or what your body requires, your own health hacking team, your all-star healthcare professionals, and like community and like support system to help you, that is like the X factor to get you through times of stress and struggle and help you fuel your progress and really celebrate to elevate as a collective group. And so that's what we're going to really leverage inside of this community. We're going to have 20 people go through this mastermind. And so everyone that signs up is signing up with the idea and understanding that they are there to help support others and that other people are there to help support them. It's mostly a group program, so we're going to thrive off of that group energy together. And of course, I'll be leading it for you all, and I'll be leading 3 group mindful mastermind calls as well. So this is weeks 1, 3, and 5. So I'll be actually kicking off with a meditation session in each of these. We'll get into win sharing, so celebrating the wins in your lifestyle that you want to celebrate. We'll have live Q&A with myself, and I'll also focus on one new topic for each of those calls to really help you zero in and focus on learning and taking action on something pretty vital that we've recently gone through in the content. So those are the 3 group calls. That's all that you're invited to join live. These will be recorded. If you can't make them, it'll be a weekday evening, and you'll get to vote on what weekday you would want to vote for. And last but not least, we'll have Health Hacker Formula journal prompts for you throughout the 6 weeks. So again, this is that outline I already walked you through. Plus, these are the amazing bonuses. I won't take too much time here. It's super high value stuff that we're throwing in here. The first 10 people who register for the Health Hacker Formula will receive a free 45-minute virtual posture and functional movement assessment from a Pilates trainer and functional movement trainer, my girlfriend, expert, Amanda Duran. So she knows her stuff. We'll be doing those. Those will be video recorded. This is a great bonus. So I mean, that's probably going to be gone here quick as we open the doors. Now that this video is live, the doors are now opening to join, to register for this mastermind tonight here on the 30th of October. So you're invited. So if you want to be one of the first 10 to grab one of these posture and functional movement assessments. So again, this is recorded. You're going to learn the weaknesses, the strengths that you have, the most important areas for you to focus on to minimize pain and optimize performance physically through this assessment. And we'll even tell you the most functional movement, the most important functional movements for you to focus on based on your assessment. So that's usually a $200 value, free, thrown in as a bonus. We have a healthy holiday recipe ebook for you to trade up on your recipes throughout the holiday season. This is where it gets really good. So shopping lists, recipes, and powerful tips so you can follow along easily to make healthier and tastier recipes during the holidays. Next bonus is 1 extra week in group mastermind call. So that will take it to 7 weeks. And so we'll be finishing around Christmas. So it's going to be a great way to go through the holidays with a strong community to support you. And so I wanted to throw in 1 more extra week to really get you through Christmas. And then last few bonuses, my top 10 caffeine-free KC tonics to help you boost mental clarity, focus, and energy without the jitters. So these are all caffeine-free, stimulant-free, like healthy, nutritional superfoods, herbs, ingredients, etc. That are going to just liven up your routines for drinking. If you're wanting to switch up your approach with caffeine or with coffee or tea, this is it. So we'll have great recipes in there to minimize hunger levels and optimize energy as you stay in fat burning mode. So those are great to use in the morning, especially to really carry you through, the rest of your morning and afternoon. Bonus, Facebook Live Fridays to help you reflect on the week and then focus on the weekend ahead. So that you prepare to have a strong, intentional, enjoyable weekend. Last few bonuses, how to health hack jet lag and travel like a boss without the stress. So I'm going to be sharing my top tips for you to hack travel and you know, not sacrifice your health while you're traveling, which can come up maybe through the holiday season or for work or even vacations. How to do all of those aspects in a healthier, smarter way. So last two bonuses, private interviews with other top health experts, as well as the last but not least, certainly not least, one free ticket to an Elevate Your State experiential health hacking event. I will be leading in Boulder, Colorado, the spring of next year. So I don't even know what the price of that will be. It'll probably be around, you know, at least $200, $300, and we'll probably even $1,000, like really high levels. So that'll probably be one of those levels that'll get you in at least, and because that's a great way to support yourself, with surrounding yourself with people in person that are like-minded on the journey, and experience the beautiful Boulder, Colorado, if you don't live here. So overall, my friends, this is my last point that I'll leave you with. I believe health hacking can be very overwhelming on your own. Maybe you were even overwhelmed by looking at our 6-week outline. I don't know. But the question is this the community you've been waiting for? Like, are you really interested in leveraging the power of community and the power of intentional direction and feedback in your lifestyle to help you make small, high leverage tweaks in your life, in your lifestyle, to help impact and create the state you desire on command? Less stress, better energy, more emotional resilience, and an overall more fulfilled, high-performing lifestyle. So I know we've all got a lot on our plate these days, and using our health as an asset and not a liability, especially through the holidays, but really any time of the year, really requires the right process, the right plan to support yourself with being successful. That's what I'm dedicated to bringing anyone and everyone that's watching this and that's going through this action guide and that's on this live training. I mean, I love this stuff. This is my jam. Like, it energizes me to be able to jam with you all guys on these topics. And there's a lot to go through. So if you're watching this in the Facebook Live, again, you can't see my screen. I'm not sharing it. You have to hop on the Zoom link. So I'll have the recording for you. But you've been able to learn, at least through the audio in this Facebook Live link, about what's all included now inside of this mastermind. And there you have it. So again, I think we might be pushing this back. But again, the sooner you register, the sooner you'll be able to get one of those top bonuses that we're offering, the posture and functional movement, for example. And so, yeah, we're going to get started here quick in November. So we'll probably, but we're going to cap it at 20 people. So whenever we hit 20, that is when we're going to close registrations, and we probably won't be opening back up until the new year. So January, we'll probably do one in January. So let me know. You can reach out if you have any other questions for me. But otherwise, this has been really fun. I've enjoyed working with you guys and sharing these 3 lessons, this Health Hacker Masterclass training with you, and I've gotten a lot of great feedback from people that have watched these videos either live or on the replays, and actually gone through the action guides. We're doing this to just help people be as radically successful in their health journey as possible. That's my life's mission. That's my dedication to you and to anyone that you think would resonate with what we're creating here at Elevate Your State, my friends. There you have it. Hope you have a great rest of your day, your night, wherever you are and whenever you are watching this. And without further ado, I give you the opportunity to join us inside of this Health Hacker Mastermind. 6-week health hacking for high performance. Here, let me get into my voiceover stage. Right? In a world where one man finally invites you to join a special crew, a group to health hack their holidays. Yes, my friends, we have a chance to follow the health hacker formula. My voice is a little raspy. I've been talking a lot, and I'm out of water. So there you have it. I like having fun with those voiceovers. Have fun, my friends, and maybe I'll see you inside of the Health Hacker Formula. Peace.